great deal of talking or filming today. I have a stinking headache, one of them ones that really hangs. Oh. Wet work complete. I'm gonna go in here now for the clay bar treatments. I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm coming or going this week, and it's only Monday. It's not even the end of Monday either. I've been filming for the 2 vlogs. There was the Virage Volante from last week. This is now episode, I think, 44 or 45 for the charcoal grey V550 Vantage. The battery light is flashing. I will be back in a second. As I was saying, I don't know what I was saying really. This vlog I think is going to have to be a lot shorter. I'm a vlog behind. I've not even started the editing for the Virage vlog yet, as of yet. So you're going to see some before condition shots, after condition shots, some during process photos, images, footage, and really see how the week goes. The vehicle is here. It's here for the full white detail, which the Virage came up an absolute gem of a car. It came back to better than new on a whole, to be honest. But it took some time. It took a lot of effort, took a lot of time to get to that point. Now it's difficult with the white detail to draw the line. There isn't a line. You have to. It takes what it takes, which is why I did 10 hours on a Sunday and had to do 3 hours this morning on the Monday. Whilst it should have been attention onto this one. But I'm not going to stop until I'm happy. Bit of good news to end Monday. Parcel in from Pristine Detail. Additional Meguiar's microfiber cutting pads, and then there should be some of the 36mm, the hybrid. Lots of areas in this car need these pads, so that's excellent timing, Graham. Thanks very much. Graham and I actually ran a bit of a 12 discount for these custom sized pads. If you go on pristinedetail.co.uk. The discount actually ended on the 31st of October, but going forward there's a constant 5% discount still available. So using the code JWDP, there's still 5% discount to be had if you require these custom size microfiber pads. Ding! A little test cutting made so far on the offside roofline. If we look here, there's the remnants of a rounded off deep scratch. This was once upon a time quite a hefty scratch now. I want to take this further. I need to measure the area and perhaps localize this. But on a whole, very difficult to photograph, very difficult to pick out the defects and visually see them whilst cutting, being flat grey. So there's going to be lots of movement required to actually work with the paint in order to be able to see it. The tide mark here on the end jumps over there. That's the 3-inch pad having been down the back and down the side, getting tight to the edges. Spotted a couple of marks here, look. I think on the whole the car is going to need 2 if not 3 cutting passes. This is just after 1, so overall very happy. And this edge here is taped ready for the hybrid to sink into this channel, because I don't want the 3-inch pad going in there or bigger. And if we look on the other side, which isn't yet taped up, imagine the backing plate of the pad, even the pad striking this ledge whilst this face has been polished. This ledge needs taping just so that this inch, less than an inch, can be done start to finish. Let's put a scratch here. Approaching midday on Tuesday. Working around the ginormous bonnet, tear it up on the top, on the roofline. It's a good idea at this point to deliver a test refinement section. I'm cutting, responding better than last week's Virage, but there are some slight cut marks in the paint, so you want to, before you do the whole thing and end up backtracking, do a test refine section to check you're on the right progress, you're on the right path. Bless you. Light. As hoped, if we look in this top portion, tiny bit cut up, the micro marring here that circles off this main light, and you might be able to just pick it out in the spotlights. But this is after the cutting. This is what I need to make sure is refining out. After that refining section, it's refining out. So that's good to see, which means the rest of the bonnet can go ahead with that same combination. You can even see where the refining comes in. There's like a tide mark here. You see it kick in? Anyway. Kudos and a shout out to my friend Alan at AM Details. AM Details are a stockist for the Rupes gear and equipment. This is the power supply unit for the hybrid. Mine shorted, essentially. It just didn't have a right connection, and it just didn't seem to be fine with the battery. Terry's using it now. So it's a warranty job. Alan's been able to source that with a very quick turnaround. If you're interested in any of the Rupes kit or pads or backing plates, spares and accessories, head over to AM Details and see what they have. Near side corner on the bonnet, we've got some nice sort of tooling marks here. It looks like something's been, I don't know, it's hard to work it out, but there's a good flurry of marks here. Correction so far, around, down, on the sides, up the bulk. This groove needs doing around the vent itself, then up into the top corner. Similar marks on the top of the wing. So whatever this slot may be, I'm going to put it down to something to be lent on the panel or rested on the bodywork. Oh, hello. 2 cutting passes with the 5-inch pad later, and that's the majority of these marks fixed. So whilst I do the 3-inch down the side of the panel, you can see there it's a bit cut up on the very edge. 5-inch hasn't quite got tight to there, so run the 3-inch down the top. The bottom's been done already, look. Pick all this lot up, then drop it into this channel, and then perhaps even the hybrid at the very tip, the very top. One size certainly doesn't fit all when it comes to polishing. So you need the options, you need the... What are you on about with this? 10 minutes later, after another cut, but with a more aggressive compound, and then a polishing set to lessen the haze, much better. This will now go on to be refined at a later stage. Some progress on the near side front wing, as well as the removal of the defects, the scratches, the swirls, sort of the abrasions. You see how much deeper the darker, how much darker and deeper the colour is on the left hand side. The right hand side that's washed out, and so plenty of sort of intricate stuff down here to navigate in these slats, in these vents. But upon inspection, oh, just found that, a nice cluster of sender marks on the near side door. There's the edge of a pad there. Looks like it's had some work. Oh, it's messy here as well. This is back on the front wing. I'm going to tackle the bulk of the wing with the 3 pad, then jump onto the hybrid. Helps if you start recording. I've been on this door for a little over an hour now, about an hour and 10, hour 15. I have worked from the top down to the bottom of this curve, so ready to tackle the base of this now with a big 5-inch. And then halfway down the side of the door here, you can see where it all picks up again. And around the handle itself needs work improvements, but the recess down the bottom, I'll flash up an image of the before condition now, and you can see how far this has come. It's hazy in there still, that will be cleared with a refinement later. This has been done by hand. It just shows the power of hand polishing with the correct combination and technique. First bit of big pad work for me today is on, oh, Jesus, this focus, man. Because it's a flat colour, Terry, it's impossible for the camera to actually work out what it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's really struggling, the camera. You can't determine what's what. First time on the big pads today. This is the driver's door on the near side. Big pad. This is where the little pad comes in. Back up for focus. You see the little pigtails and sender marks down the bottom. There was the flurry in the corner. That's all been lifted. So panning across the base of the door now, we have the remaining sender marks, and it goes into a big cluster which hasn't yet been hit. So it may not look a lot in terms of the damage, but it's certainly robbing the finish, and it is certainly there. And we're certainly chasing it, Terry.
Hey?
We're certainly chasing it. You're chasing your tail.
I'm chasing my tail, yeah. I'm just getting nowhere.
Good afternoon, what it does. Ugh. Ugh. Who does that? Puts the phone down straight away.
It's you, isn't it?
Although I have a steady hand with the hybrid machines, I think that's still best to take the edges just for fear of any slips or mechanical difficulties. Better to be safe than sorry. Again, on the registration plate surround, the magnetic plates that were on this have been removed to reveal a lot of damage, a lot of haze. Well, haze, scratches. The lip here runs across, and I've given this 4 cutting passes. That's really as far as I want to take it so far. I don't want to put too much on this lip, on this edge for the future life of the vehicle, if you will. So reduce from that to that. Big improvement, but still have all of this to try and shift and improve. Quite what's been here, not sure. See how that goes. And obviously we have the light clusters which have been sorted already. And there we go. I don't know if you got that or not. The second that the issue on the hybrid was apparent, battery died on the camera. AMD tells us kind enough to send a new power supply unit, which seemed to be the cause, and it stops, red light. Meantime, I was working the hybrid onto rechargeable batteries and it seemed okay. However, now this is the brand new PSU. Currently the machine is off. If I flick it onto on and plug her in, she'll work, and then it gives. Same applies to the batteries. Sometimes if I literally hold the contact points on the machine, so plug it all the way in. Oh, it's amazing how reliant on your tools you become. Obviously, I've only had this for, I think, I don't know, 4 months now. So these sort of areas I had to do other alternative routes around, but I couldn't do without this. And it's really not happy. So, machine fault, Thank you, Alan, though, for sending down the spare PSU. I'll now have to, I don't know, do further investigation and see what happens. I'm Slim Shady, yes I'm the real Shady, how you want us to? Game over, Terry.
Hey, it's not working.
Oh, really? The answer to this next question, for me, is 4. But Terry, on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is very much so and 1 is very little, how much are you enjoying today?
Where 1 is very little.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. Not even enjoying my company.
Yeah, I guess that makes it bearable, I suppose.
1.5.
1.5, I think. Yeah. No, I'm not feeling it today, mate.
Email through from Joshua Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss, good name. Good afternoon, Jim. Hope you are well. Get in there, Joshua. I'm a detailer based in Sheffield, South Yorkshire, and if possible, I would like to send you a gift if that's okay. Massive fan of the vlogs and your work is simply second to none. Many thanks. Best regards, Joshua Hotchkiss, Hotchkiss Performance Limited. There are some very kind, awesome individuals. This came through at a very much perfect timing for this email to come through. It's end of day Thursday, day 4. Deja vu for last week on the Virage, the green one. We thought that was bad progress. This, the front bumper, is still not cut. Finalising and finishing off the back end. The front bumper is going to be cut first thing. The wheels need machine polishing. They need to be restored via machine cleanse. Then it's onto the engine bay dressing, refining. So it's a repeat of last week. It's going to be 7 days, if not overlapping into next week again. But Joshua was very kind. Thank you very much. I'm going to put a link to your business details down below, and I'm intrigued as to what the gift may be. There she goes. Right. Make contact. Hold her there. No. There she goes. Hold her there. Getting through the final details of the cutting. Still got to refine the car on the front end. It's taking a bit of damage here. Can you see? The bumper. The owner of the vehicle is trying to sort a new splitter. But whilst I'm doing the bumper, Terry is on the wheels. I experimented with this earlier in the week, but can we see? Not sure if it comes across well on camera, but you can see how dull and sort of almost tarnished the spokes would become. So these would only really be panel white, prepped ready for coatings, but there's a lot of clarity and shine being lost. So if we compare that to that. That. To that. It's much glossier. It's had just a light polish, hand polishing on the sides of the spokes, machine polish on the front face. So 1, 2 complete, 1 still to be worked, and then work in progress. The majority of the hard work was done last night in the engine bay, pretty much an hour each side to tackle the grease and sort of the tacky areas before the engine dressing goes down. And those that have been here before will know the method for me to ensure a nice, better, even coverage in all the nooks and the crannies is to spray it on and then use the blower to agitate into all the hard to reach areas. Just when you thought the polishing was complete. 10 to 6 Friday evening. Side repeaters from the front ends, whether you can see how frosty and hazy these are currently. The last polishing job. I think you have to agree, it does look rather spectacular, but it ought to after this amount of time. That's one better. Just the grins and one very final. On the other one I'm going to run a line of tape down it and perform a quick 50-50. Under the normal lights there, you've got the better clarity compared to this side. With additional lighting, yeah, very much improved. Another one bite of dust. Good morning, good afternoon, Saturday, good morning, it's 1:30. Refining complete. Look how dusty this thing is. If I stand here and zoom, can you see the dust covering on the roof? Yeah, tell me about it. One of the reasons being, using the airline, I think an airline for detailing an interior is your best friend. It really is. It allows the fluff and the bits and the crisps and the McDonald's food wrappers, perhaps not so much in this car, from down the sides of the seats, underneath the seats, to be flushed. It gets into the air vents, it gets into the nooks and crannies, it blows out the door cards and you discover ice cream sticks. But as a result of all that blowing, it fluffs all this stuff up in the air, and as a result has landed on the vehicle's bodywork. Before the bodywork is now protected, it still needs panel wiping. So the vehicle blower is going to blast the loose stuff off, and then the lubrication of something like Geon panel wipe, Geon Prep, is going to lift and contain any surface dusting or lint that remains on the surface and is then safely removed. Let me show you the going on, what we're doing. Take that off. This is the colour of the rinse water just from the leather seats. Not yet tackled the door cards. Perhaps you can see here, this is very shiny. To my eye, in this world, it looks dirty. On camera, it's probably difficult to pick up. So all this is yet to be tackled. These strips here yet to be tackled. The dashboard yet to be tackled. But we have crisp, matte, clean driver's seat. Haven't had the dirt and the 20 years of. Okay, it's only got 38,000 kilometers on the clock, so not a great deal of use. But everything is once again fresh and cleansed. To be honest, it's going to have a wipe down again just to lift any more remaining residues off the surface. You can see in some places it's still drying out. But to give you an idea on how dirty she was, check out the armrest. You see the divide here, it looks like a shadow. It's actually not. This is the sort of polished, shiny, dirty section, and at the back here, so this is a before and after. Big transformation, and to be honest, that was the case. Not so much in the rear seats, perhaps they've never been sat on, but certainly the drivers and the passenger. Same treatment for the dash, of course. It's all leather, door cards, onto then, as you can see the plastics, but there aren't any plastics, it's all leather. When I say the plastics, I mean like these sort of areas, the mechanisms, the seat runners down the bottom, headlining, parcel shelf all the way back, in the back there. There is a cubby hole to cover this up, by the way. That's just access for the handbrake adjustments, I believe. And then the steering wheels, there's more than one. Steering wheel, the dials, the glass. So, gonna get stuck into the rest of the leather on the dashboard, then pick up on blowing the vehicle down, wiping it down later this afternoon, and doing the touch-ups. It's also pretty cool on these cars that have come in across from overseas with what you find. Here we have €2 from last week's Virage Volante. We found a €1. We found a half franc on Francais, and then we find 25p. Every little helps. One of the details on the Volante from last week on the interior I didn't get around to filming. The steering wheel needs cleaning still. You can see how shiny this is. The little indicator stalk here. Check in the grooves. See all that gunk and the grime? It's a tedious task, but it has to be done. Go around the car on Saturday night with the paint supplied paint touch-up. Charcoal grey. Leave that there. I know you're thinking this isn't the best colour match with the supplied touch-up, but I've done some tests already in inconspicuous areas, and it does dry a lot better. So at the edge of the door here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you missed it. That's one of the worst jobs. Hi Jim, been watching the channel since your first ever vlog and just wanted to send a gift to say thank you for keeping me inspired and motivated with my work and my detailing career. I hope that one day I get to where you are, as you are among the best detailers in the world. Every time I see a small blemish in my work, I remind myself that Jim White wouldn't miss that. As I'm from Yorkshire, the best thing in life is of course tea. Keeps us going and makes the bad job seem better. So here are some branded mugs for yourself and Terry. Keep the winter at bay. Cheers. Oh. I wish all the very best to you and to yours for the future to come. Same to Terry. I'm also looking forward to my first wax stock in 2018, where hopefully you'll also be attending. I will be able to shake your hand and say a thank you in person. Best regards, Joshua Hotchkiss, Hotchkiss Performance Limited. P.S. I have a picture of your unit hanging up in my garage to remind myself every day of what I am aiming for. Keep it up. Josh. Josh, bless you. Very kind. Hotchkiss Performance, welcome to My Details.